Hi, my name's Bryana Edmonds and I'm studying Early Childhood at Monash, and I'm doing an assignment on subtraction in the early years for numeracy. Today I want to introduce a few key concepts that I think really relate and help children understand subtraction as more than just a mathematical usage and can bring it into their everyday lives. So I would start by using objects and stories when I first introduce the topic to these children. For example, if I have 3 apples, 1, 2, 3, and I eat one, how many do I have left? A child will count 1, 2. This relates to their everyday life, as they may have apples in their play lunch, or they can see their mum using them for fruit salads, and it can bring the concept into the real world for them. They can also physically touch the apples, manipulate the objects, cut them up, eat them themselves just as I'm doing, and experiment with certain ways to reduce the number of apples. After the child has played with objects and resources around the room, at home or in the classroom, you can bring these objects to paper and start introducing written problems for them to solve, such as I had 3 apples, then I ate one. How many do I have left? Which is quite familiar considering the last thing we did. Then we can introduce numbers for the children. So we can write 1, 2, 3 apples, or we can draw them to introduce it. Use the minus sign and the equal symbol, and minus 1 apple. So the child learns, instead of using pictures are represented in numbers as well. So we have 3 minus 1 equals, then the child uses the picture to remove 1, count the remainder, and find the solution. So this is another way to bring learning to life for the child. Counting backwards is also a skill that's really important for children to learn. Instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they need to learn to go backwards. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So if I say to a child, oh, what's 10 minus 1? They're going to go 10 with their hands minus 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or they can just go backwards 1, which makes it a lot simpler. But also the hands is really good for younger children to learn. Another concept to introduce to children is called rainbow subtraction. And this is a rainbow, and it is an image that has 0 to 10 on it, and all the numbers are linked. So it is based on the tens being the number that you start minusing from. So 10, if you minus 10 from 10, you get 0. If you minus 9 from 10, you get 1. If you minus 8 from 10, you get 2. If you minus 7 from 10, 3. 6 from 10, 4. 5 from 10, 5. And it works the other way as well. If you minus 0 from 10, you will get 10. 1 from 10, you will get 9. 2 from 10, 8. 3 from 10, 7. 4 from 10, 6. 5 from 10, 5. So this is a really great way to show kids that numbers can be linked in this type of way, but it could also be a little bit confusing for the younger ones. So it could be a concept that you choose or not choose to use. Language is also something that needs to be introduced to children when using subtraction. It doesn't need to be introduced to start with, but children need to learn when they're talking about subtraction that they get taking away or subtracting, minusing, or that the number is less than what it started being. So language is really important for kids. Finally, in the future, I hope that children will learn, after they've learned these first basic subtraction skills, that they will learn how to write subtraction problems and also solve them. So they can write them in this format here, with the letters going vertically, or they can also write them out horizontally. So it'll be 16 minus 3 equals 13. And then they move on to harder things like regrouping, where you're minusing 7 from 20, and if you start, you can't minus 7 from 0, so they need to borrow from their neighbour. So that's something that I hope kids will learn in the future after learning the basic skills that I've covered in this video. Thanks very much for watching.